Dear friends, we're here today to think about the big mysteries of our faith. In these uncertain times, let's focus on the timeless truths that guide us. The world is going to end. Scientists point to climate change and global events. Films show us fiery apocalypses. But what does the Bible say? Is this something to be afraid of or something to look forward to? The truth is, friends, the Bible does talk about the end of the world as we know it. It's not going to be a Hollywood blockbuster, though. It's going to be something much greater, much more glorious. It's going to be the ultimate triumph of good over evil, the return of our Savior, Jesus Christ. The Bible doesn't give us specific dates, but it does give us signs. It tells us to be watchful, to be ready. But most of all, it tells us to be hopeful. Because the end isn't the end. It's a new beginning. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe now for more sermons. In Mark chapter 13, verses 24 to 32, Jesus gives us a glimpse into the future. He talks about signs in the sun, moon, and stars. He speaks of nations in distress and people confused and afraid. Does any of this sound familiar? We live in a world facing unprecedented challenges. We see natural disasters, political unrest, and moral decay all around us. But don't lose heart. Jesus tells us these things will happen. They are not a reason for despair, but a reminder. They are signs that his return is drawing near. The return of Jesus is not something to be feared, but anticipated with joy. It's the ultimate rescue mission. It's the moment when God sets everything right. Imagine a world free from pain, suffering, and injustice. A world where love reigns supreme and God's presence fills every corner. That's the future he has planned for us. But it's not just about the future. It's about right now. Knowing that Jesus is coming back gives us hope and purpose in the present. It allows us to face our own trials with courage and determination. Jesus uses the illustration of a fig tree to explain this. He says, "When its branch has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know that summer is near." Just like the fig tree signals the changing seasons, the signs of the times signal the approaching return of Christ. We need to be aware, watchful, and ready to meet him. This isn't about obsessing over dates or living in fear. It's about living each day with purpose. It's about making our lives count for eternity. I know that some of you are feeling anxious. The world can be a scary place, but remember, God is in control. He has a plan, and his plan is good. Jesus said, "Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will by no means pass away." Hold on to that promise. His words are our anchor in the storms of life. When you feel overwhelmed by fear, turn to the Bible. Meditate on his promises. He is faithful, and he will never leave you nor forsake you. Living with expectation. What does it look like? So how do we live with faithful expectation? What does it look like in our daily lives? It's not about sitting around twiddling our thumbs waiting for Jesus to come back. It's about living with purpose, passion, and joy. It means loving God with all our hearts, souls, and minds. It means loving our neighbors as ourselves. It means sharing the good news of the gospel with a world that desperately needs to hear it. Love in action. Faith without works is dead. Living with expectation means putting our faith into action. It means being the hands and feet of Jesus in the world today. Visit the sick, feed the hungry, comfort the brokenhearted. Let your light shine so brightly that others will see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. These acts of kindness, however small, are seeds of hope. They are tangible expressions of God's love in a world that desperately needs it. Planting seeds for eternity. Every time we choose love over hate, forgiveness over bitterness, kindness over indifference, we are planting seeds for eternity. We are making a difference in the world, one act of kindness at a time. And when Jesus returns, we will not be ashamed. We will be able to stand before him with confidence, knowing that we have lived our lives to the fullest, loving God and loving others. Until that day, live with purpose. Friends, the end is not the end. It's a new beginning, a glorious new chapter in God's amazing story. So let's live with expectation. Let's live with hope. Let's live with joy. Let's make every day count for eternity. God bless you and go in peace. Please subscribe to our channel and share this video.